What's up everyone? Today I'll be sharing a romantic comedy film called 200 Pounds Beauty, about an overweight woman who undergoes massive surgery to become a singer and change her life. Enjoy. Han Na is a 200-pound woman struggling in her love life. She works 2 jobs to support her father's medical fees. Blessed with a lovely voice, she works as a phone sex service provider and as a ghost singer for a lip-syncing K-pop artist, ARMY. Due to her good looks and attractive figure, ARMY is made into a star despite her lack of singing talent, and relies on Han Na for her career. Meanwhile, because of her appearance in a superficial society, Han Na faces discrimination and bullying from most people around her. ARMY is especially mean to her and constantly tries to make Han Na feel less important. The only people who seem to treat her well are her father, her best friend from the chorus team, Jung Min, and the producer, Sung Joon. Han Na has developed feelings for Sung Joon, as he treats her equally and shows that he's comfortable around her. Her best friend provides her with harsh reality checks when Han Na explores the possibility of Sung Joon having feelings for her, telling her that she is considered a reject. Through a flashback, Han Na recounts her first love, who was a salesman selling slimming pills. He used reverse psychology and emotional manipulation to con a huge amount of money off her. After running off with her money, he breaks up with her through a recorded video. Devastated, Han Na overdoses on the slimming pills she bought, and is sent to the hospital. As the ambulance arrives at the hospital, the doctors struggle to transfer her to another bed due to her weight, making her come to the conclusion that she's simply not cut out for love or to be slim. Still, Han Na longs to be able to feel pretty and to be able to wear the nice outfits she sees on the streets. They get matching tattoos, Hakuna Matata, which is believed to grant wishes. Han Na often goes to the psychiatric hospital, where she goes to visit her father, who often mistakes her for his wife. One day, when Sung Joon drops her off at the hospital, he invites her to his birthday party the next day. Meanwhile, Han Na receives a dress from Sung Joon as a reward for her hard work, and is instructed to wear it for his birthday party. Feeling doubtful of how she looks, she wears a coat over it. However, at the party, she was convinced to take off her coat, and everyone is shocked at her choice of a body-fitting dress. She explains to Sung Joon that she wore it as he sent it to her. Ah-mi shows up to the party wearing the same dress and they realize it was Ah-mi who actually sent the dress to embarrass Han Na for being overweight. Feeling humiliated, Han Na cries in the restroom and overhears the conversation between Sung Joon and Ah-mi. She realizes that Sung Joon does not truly care for her and that she's only being treated nicely so that she will stay and continue to sing for ARMY. Han Na goes home and attempts suicide but is interrupted by one of her phone sex customers. She changes her mind and visits a plastic surgeon who is revealed to be the customer having phone sex with her. Using what she knows from their conversations, she begs him to give her a makeover so that she can change her life, convincing him that this was the right cause he has been searching for, saving lives instead of simply satisfying people's vanity. Han Na prepares for surgery, removing junk food from her home and sending her dog away to be taken care of. Meanwhile, Han Na's disappearance causes ARMY's career to be disrupted, and her company tries to find out where Han Na has went, even visiting her father for answers. Han Na transforms into a beautiful woman over a year and thanks the doctor for changing her life. Celebrating her new life, she buys the outfit she has been eyeing. She feels the difference in the way she's treated, now that she's beautiful. People stop to stare at her and she has simps everywhere. She meets Sung Joon again at ARMY's fan signing event in a mall and follows him, which leads to her getting into awkward situations with a delivery rider and impulsively buying a rundown car. However, she gets into a car accident, and is brought to the police station to verify her identity as her license picture is outdated. Left with no choice, she calls her best friend Jung Min to the station, but she can't even recognize her and mistakes a homeless woman for Han Na. Proving her identity with their matching tattoos, Jung Min is happy for her friend's new identity and life. They catch up over dinner where Jung Min reveals that ARMY's album has been delayed due to her disappearance and that they are still finding a replacement for Han Na. She volunteers to be the replacement but her best friend worries that she will be discovered. At the audition, Han Na goes under the identity of a Korean American, Jenny, and sings beautifully. The team is happy to have finally found a gem and realizes her potential to be a new star that can do better than ARMY. While trying to hide her identity as Han Na, she lies about being a natural beauty. Jenny eventually becomes a star, and even starts appearing in commercials. This infuriates Army and she continues visiting Han Na's father to try and find Han Na. He advises her that God is the only one capable of doing everything and that humans just have to do what they can. The jealous Army thus tries to dig deeper into Jenny and find out if she really is natural like she claimed. The doctor advises Jenny to gain confidence in her mind to win Sung Joon's heart. However, this just makes her remind Sung Joon of the vain Army. He shows Jenny a video of Han Na singing and reminds her that singing is not about how someone looks on stage, but about conveying emotions from the heart. Jenny insults Han Na's looks to test Sung Joon's reactions and discover that she was special to Sung Joon all along. She wishes to confess the truth to Sung Joon, believing that he will understand, but her best friend discourages her from it, reminding her that men will not accept women who have done plastic surgery no matter what they say. They have a falling out when Jenny warns her friend not to be tricked in love and advises her not to buy anything from her new boyfriend. Jenny finds an excuse to visit Sung Joon to get his views on plastic surgery. During dinner, she is surprised to see her dog, who recognizes her. In her excitement, she forgets that she has a new identity and is forced to treat the dog coldly to avoid arousing suspicion. However, while justifying having plastic surgery to feel more confident, she accidentally reveals a unique trick she taught her dog to stay quiet. On their way home, Sung Joon concludes that he can accept plastic surgery, only if it's not done on his girl. This disappoints her. They encounter a stalker who has been filming Jenny. It turns out to be the delivery man from the shopping mall. Although Jenny is flattered and remains friendly, Sung Joon is hostile and warns her not to invade her personal space. Because of her past as Han Na, she understands his feelings of being unable to express love, only being able to admire from afar. She scolds Sung Joon for never being able to understand such feelings. While training, she overhears Army's terrible singing and gives her advice on how to be better, accidentally giving the same advice that her dad has given Army. Jenny reveals that it was what her father said. Army realizes Jenny as Han Na and vandalizes her van, trying to reveal her as a fake. While preparing for her TV show, Jenny receives a call about Jong Min trying to commit suicide by overdosing on sleeping pills. She gives up her first TV show to visit her, where she miraculously survives and is in a coma. Jenny understood what happened and confronts the ex-boyfriend who dumped her after conning her money. While she beats him up in the lift, Sung Joon discovers them and covers up the situation by framing it as self-defense from a sexual assault attempt. They rush to get her ready for TV show despite her looking like a mess. However, there is not enough time, and Sung Joon reminds her that the audience will love her voice and tells her he believes in her. Despite her stage fright, she overcomes her lack of confidence eventually and gives a heartfelt performance. Sung Joon falls for her over time and tries to have sexy time with her one night, but her fear of being discovered as a fake makes her comes off as hesitant. Trying to defuse the situation, she uses her phone sex skills to offer intimacy, and eventually lures him to sleep. Realizing her wishes has comes true, Jenny draws the Hakuna Matata symbol as she soaks in her new happiness. He wakes up to find familiar symbols drawn on the glass, which makes him realize Jenny was Han Na all along. Unaware of how to handle the truth, he avoids Jenny. At Jenny's album launch party, Army brings Han Na's father in an attempt to expose her identity. Her life has become a web of lies and she acts coldly to continue pretending to be Jenny. This disappoints both her father and her best friend. She gathers her courage to admit the truth to Sung Joon, but discovers that he already knows who she is. Jenny breaks down, implying that Sung Joon has always thought of her and Han Na as products for making money, and that she will still be repulsive to him now that he knows about her plastic surgery. She realizes all the pain she went through in her previous life as Han Na does not compare to her new life, where her relationships with her loved ones has changed for the worse and she can never win his heart because of his views on plastic surgery. She confesses that she was thinking about him as she lay on the operating table and leaves heartbroken. She seeks her doctor for medical help and invites him to her concert. Just before the concert, the truth about her transformation is revealed to her manager. The director wishes to keep the truth hidden and instructs Sung Joon to cancel the concert, suggesting other means such as nude albums to profit as much as they can before the news blows up. Angered, Sung Joon vandalizes the contract, and firmly says that the concert will go on. As they leave to prepare for the concert, Han-na spots her father and thanks Jong-min for bringing him to the concert. But Jong-min sarcastically implies that Jennie has stopped caring about those around her. The guilt becomes too much to bear and she can't bring herself to perform. However, Sung-joon encourages her to do the show for her own sake. On stage, she comes clean about her past as Kang Han-na, revealing she was a ghost singer and about her full body surgery makeover. Although she was now pretty and has everything that she had ever wanted, she realizes she has abandoned her best friend, her father, and herself, the very people who were there for her in her past. She no longer knows who she has become and misses her old self. Sung-joon plays an old video of her singing on the screen, shocking everyone. The deliveryman simp starts a chant of, "It's okay," prompting the crowd to follow along. Jennie begs the crowd to listen to her as Kang Han-na and not as Jennie. Her honesty and sincerity touches the crowd. Jong-min joins in the chorus showing that she has forgiven Han-na. She reunites with her father and embraces him in tears. Sometime later, Jennie re-emerges as Kang Han-na, launching her first album that makes it to the top 10. She has gained many new fans, as well as haters. Sung-joon realizes he has always loved her for her innocent and cheerful personality and that physical appearances have blinded him to that all along. Han-na is living her best life and has moved on from Sung-joon, choosing to focus on herself and becoming the singer she always wanted to be. Hope you like this movie. Comment what other movies or anime you would like to see. Subscribe and leave a like on the video to stay updated. Thanks for watching. Bye.